Welcome everyone. I threw together a few mini games that I have seen since the new battle mechanics have come out. So let's jump right into the videos. Alright, so what I've noticed is right from the very beginning, different charge moves have different mini games. Example, Heavy Slam right over here has diagonal lines coming from the top right hand corner down to the bottom left, and then vice versa. They alternate. So that's pretty interesting. So it looks like different charge moves are going to have different mini games. I don't know if all of you guys knew that. I didn't. I was caught off guard when I tried to do a different charge move, like you're about to see right now. Once we switch into this lantern and we get all the way up to Thunderbolt, I was hasty. I wanted to use that shield. So once we end up using this Thunderbolt, the animation's different. It comes from the clouds. So I missed a bunch of little Thunderbolts. So I thought that was interesting. And I do it again. I was like, all right, let's see if I can hit every single one. So as you can see, very similar to when you throw a Pokeball, the progression is first nice, then great, then excellent. And I would assume they have different damages or different damage thresholds as well. So for Body Slam, it's a bunch of little circles that go throughout the entire screen. I thought that was pretty interesting. So never mind who wins, who loses, strategy. Threw a bunch of teams together. I got with a few friends just to test these out. So Wigglytuff was super interesting. I noticed that, I don't remember which one I use in this video. Play Rough is one big continuous larger circle, and then Ice Beam was very similar to, I'm about to see I started zigzagging trying to catch all of them, and then noticed that it was one continuous circle. So it looks like these charge moves, you're gonna have to get used to not only damage, you're gonna have to figure out types, but you're also gonna have to find out what each charge move does and where these little type bubbles are going to come from. If they're going to come from the top of the screen. See, at the very beginning I was pretty garbage. I was getting a bunch of greats. You're going to see later on in the video, I am lucky enough to hit a couple excellents. So, interesting addition by Niantic here. You don't have that mindless tapping anymore. You have to pay attention. See, swipe, 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 swipe. Boom, got an excellent. Not that it really mattered, but. So yeah, interesting addition. Hopefully this video helps you kind of strategize a little bit. I know that a few people have their tournaments out tonight, so not the most ideal time to add this feature. But a couple practice battles and you should be good to go. Swirl, 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 swirl. Oh, couldn't get the excellent. From what I was reading, the damage output from excellent to great is relatively substantial. So definitely have to nerd out a little bit more and take a look to see what actually the amount of damage. I was pretty happy about this. I get every single one. Boom, excellent. And he blocks it. Buzzkill. So, definitely some interesting stuff here. I don't remember what Ice Beam was. I think Ice Beam was very similar to that Thunderbolt, where you had that cloud and you had to kind of catch, zigzag back and forth on the screen to try to catch it. So here's Play Rough again. Yeah, it doesn't matter because this Magnezone's a jerk. So, pretty cool stuff, pretty cool stuff. It's partly cloudy where I'm at. Now jumping into some more battles here. Not the most ideal situation here, but we want to start getting used to some of that gameplay here. Terrible switch, by the way. No idea what I was thinking, but We only get a great on that one. But we get the excellent. Not that it matters. All right, so back with our lantern here. So I highly, highly recommend that anyone that has any tournaments start practicing with your charge moves. You do not want to lose. Oh, look at this hydro pump. Really weird. Coming from the middle right part of the screen, and you have to hit all the little water droplets. So you definitely, definitely want to practice your charge moves here. It could be a game changer for you tonight. So now we are trying to get an excellent on our heavy slam. We were not able to do so. And if I'm not mistaken, X scissor is actually just an X. So I also heard around my community that if you are paying attention, you might actually know what charge move is coming. That is an interesting theory. Interesting theory by one of my friends, Ooch. All right, so Wigglytuff is going to be able to tank this X scissor. We're going to charm her down, then go right for that Ice Beam. Yep, Ice Beam is exactly like Thunderbolt, and we get an excellent on it. So that was interesting right there. Now we're going to send out our Forretress. She's going to send out her Vigoroth. We know that Body Slam is not going to do too much for us. And we get the excellent on the Heavy Slam. So that did almost half damage. I think that's right around the same damage output from before. We were actually very surprised that we got an excellent on that Body Slam. But then we duplicate it, and we're able to knock out that Grottle. Hopefully this helps. Practice before your tournaments, peeps.